Good day everyone! I am Angel Monleon from Bikaid 2 and I am here to present you some beautiful and famous landmarks that can be found in Cagayan Valley. So the content of my presentation is all about the Cagayan Valley region and the beautiful landmarks that we can find in the region. Cagayan Valley is designated as Region 2, is an administrative region in the Philippines that is located in the northeastern section of the Luzon Island. It is composed of 5 Philippine provinces, namely Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, and Quirino. The region also hosts 4 chartered cities of Cagayan, Ilagan, Santiago, and Tuguegarao. Most of the land area is situated on the valley between the Cordilleras and the Sierra Madre mountain ranges. The eponymous Cagayan River, the country's largest and longest, runs through the region and flows from the Caraballo Mountains and ends at Apari. Cagayan Valley region is the second largest Philippine administrative region by land area. According to Literacy Survey in 2013, 97.2% of Cagayan Valley's citizens ages 10 to 64 are functionally literate, which is the highest out of 17 regions of the Philippines. So, that is Cagayan Valley region. It is known as the Region 2 in the Philippine Administrative Region. Now, let me tour you to some famous landmarks that we can find in the region. Our first stop is the Basilica Minor of Our Lady of Piat. It is one of the 18 minor basilicas in the Philippines. It is located at Poblacion, Piat, in the province of Cagayan. The shrine is dubbed as the pilgrimage center of the home of the centuries-old brown Madonna, Our Lady of Piat. It is located in the town of Piat, 41 kilometers northwest of Tuguegarao City, around 30 minutes by land transportation. This pilgrimage site attracts a large number of devotees, especially from June 23 to 29 when Sambali Festival is celebrated and July 1 to 2 for the Feast of Our Lady of Piat. For the architectural design of the church, the first thing unique about the basilica is the entrance of the arch. It is located at the back of the church and one has to go around from the entrance to see the church facade. On the arch is inscribed Basilica Minor Nuestra Señora de Piat. The basilica has a simple facade flanked on the left by a tall belfry. It is located on the top of a hill to avoid flooding brought by the seasonal overflowing of the Chico River. The church structure is mainly made of red bricks, which is noticeably common among churches in Cagayan Valley, in contrast to old churches made of limestone and coral stone in other parts of the Philippines. Our next stop is in the Tuguegarao Cathedral. The St. Peter Metropolitan Cathedral, also known as the Tuguegarao Cathedral, is an 18th century Baroque church located along Rizal Street, Barangay Centro 10, Tuguegarao, Cagayan, Philippines. The church, originally built by Dominican friars, is the seat of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Tuguegarao and is considered one of the largest churches in the Cagayan Valley. A historical marker bearing a brief history of the church was installed in 1892 by the National Historical Institute, the precursor of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. For the architectural design of the church, the cathedral's facade is described as whimsical and playful. Most notable of all of its feature is the broken and crested pediment that is mirrored in the other churches in Cagayan, namely the Church of Dupax del Sur and Bambang and St. Dominic's Cathedral in Nueva Vizcaya. Archival photos of Calasiao Church in Pangasinan also showed that it once had the Cagayan-style pediment. Other notable architectural features of the church are consistently repeated on many of its parts and on the Ermita de San Jacinto, a Spanish-era brick chapel located on the opposite side of the Tuguegarao city proper. So, that is for the churches that can be found in Cagayan Valley. Now, after visiting the churches, let's go to Batanes and explore the Bosco Lighthouse. Bosco Lighthouse is a lighthouse in the town of Basco, Batanes, the northernmost province in the Philippines. It is located in Naidi Hills in Barangay San Antonio. The lush green hills and the open sea provide a beautiful backdrop for the lighthouse. The place can be easily reached by a 1.2-kilometer hike from the port of Basco. It is one of the three lighthouses proposed by the former Congressman Florencio Abad of Batanes, not only as working lighthouses but possibly as tourist attraction. The other two are in Sabtang and Mahataw. The Bhaskar Structure was the first completed in 2003. The location chosen is where the first lighthouse of Basco was built. It was also the site of the American period telegraph facilities that connected Batanes with the central government until it was destroyed by the Japanese Imperial Army bombs at the start of the World War II. Few of the buildings survived, and some had been converted into businesses like cafe, resulting from the area becoming popular because of the lighthouse. So, Batanes is one of the places that I wanna go whenever I already have a chance to travel. And I think the Bosco Lighthouse is one of the places that I cannot miss when I go to Batanes. So for the architectural design, the structure is a 6-story building with a gallery or viewing deck on the 5th floor. Located to the 66-feet tower is a dwelling of vernacular architecture. Traditional Ivatan houses are made with stone or rubble masonry. The viewing deck is perfect location to view the whole of the Batan Island, the main island where Basco is located, from end to end, including Mount Iraya. One can also have a clear view of Sabtang Island in the south of the Basco and Itbayat Island to the north. So, that is the architectural design of the Bosco Lighthouse, where if you go to the view deck, you can view the Sabtang Island that is located in the south of the Basco and Itbayat Island to the north. So, after we go to the Bosco Lighthouse, let's now proceed to the Chavayan Village. The tiny village of Chavayan is located on Sabtang Island, part of the Batanes region of the Philippines and permanently locked in a time long since past. There is just one long and lonely road and out of the village, which keeps the village isolated. It is nested on a thin strip of land between the mountains and the sea, winding along the cliffside like a single stubborn tree root. This small barangay has become one of the must-visit sites when visiting Sabtang, one that hasn't been tainted by tourism yet. It probably helps that most of the visitors to Sabtang are native Filipinos exploring the farthest reaches of our country. One side of the lack of Western tourists spoke Tagalog, Ivatan, and one or two other regional dialects but not English. Chavayan is an old Ivatan village that is most known for its stone houses, some of which are over 100 years old now. This style of construction was introduced by Spanish when they arrived in the last half of the 1800s and quickly proved perfect for the region, which is prone to strong winds and frequent typhoons. Their roofs are made of thatched kugon. So, that is the Chavayan Village. And after we go to the Chavayan Village, let's now go to the House of Dakai, one of the house stone in Batanes. This particular stone structure cannot be found anywhere else in the Philippines. It is designed to be firm, providing shelter that will last from storm and strong winds in the island, which is located along the typhoon belt. The House of Dakai is the oldest house that has been living for so many years. It is situated in the small island of San Jose de Ivana in Batan Island, Batanes. This traditional structure is considered as the heritage treasure of Batanes. The walls of the house are very thick and made up of stone and lime. The roof are made in kugon grass about 1/3 of a meter thick. It is called Bahay in Dakkai in Ivatan, after the family who originally owned it. The House of Dakai is recognized as a World Heritage Building by United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, or simply known as the UNESCO. The oldest stone House of Dakai was constructed in 1887 by Louisa Estrella, but she gave the house to her favorite nephew, Jose Dakai Estrella, to whom the house was named. On September 13, 1918, an intense earthquake hit the island, but the House of Dakai remained standing. It is one of the 5 houses that have survived up to this day. On September 13, 1918, an intense earthquake. The house now belongs to Florestida Estrella, also known as Lola Ida. She is the granddaughter of the original owner of the house, and she is the only living descendant of their family. So, the House of Dakai is one of the most, and up until now is a living structure, and is considered as a World Heritage Building by the UNESCO. So, if you visit Batanes, you should visit the House of Dakai because you should visit the House of Dakai if you want to see the most oldest living and standing structure in the Philippines. So for our last stop is the Bunton Bridge. Bunton Bridge is a river bridge that stretches from Tuguegarao City to Solana in Cagayan and spans the Cagayan River, the largest river basin in the Philippines. It is the second longest bridge in the country after San Juanico Bridge and forms part of the Santiago-Tuguegarao Road, a major junction of the Pan-Philippine Way. A popular belief is that the bridge is long enough for a person to recite the entire Philippine national anthem while traversing. In 1959, President Carlos Garcia released 200,000 pesos to start the construction of the bridge. The merger amount was augmented in several appropriations embodied in the different Republic Acts through initiative of the 2nd District Congressman Benjamin Ligot. The groundbreaking ceremonies on December 11, 1960 was attended by President Garcia. So, Bunton Bridge serves as the gateway to the Cagayan's provincial capital, the Tuguegarao City, and the links to the 2nd and 3rd District municipalities of Cagayan and Apayao. The road infrastructure measures 1,369 meters or 4,491 feet, considered the longest river bridge in the Philippines. It has 14 Japanese steel pans. The bridge offers an unobstructed pictures view of Cagayan River, widest and longest river in the country. The bridge offers an abstracted pictures So, that's it for some of the famous landmarks in Cagayan Valley. I hope you learned something about my presentation, and if you wanna go to Cagayan Valley region, you should visit some of the places, some of the landmarks that I've mentioned, so that you can see it on your own eyes. Thank you so much for listening and have a good day.